What is up, world? You are in tune to the Know It All podcast. And of course, you got your usual suspects, myself and Tate. And Tate Boy Fresh, how you doing, man?
What's up, Mod? I'm good, man. Just coming off that great Super Bowl game last night. Even though it didn't go my way, still was a great game.
Was a great game, great game. And Big G, where was popping?
Man, I'm saying what's up to all my compañeros and compañanas. The Eagles said "Yabasta" last night when the game was over with. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough
Tough
is
game.
enough.
It was a
Yabasta.
very tough game, man.
Yeah.
Very tough game. And you guys, we want to thank you guys for rocking with us, man. Make sure that if you are rocking with us and you're watching the show, make sure you like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube and Twitch so that when we go live, you'll get those notifications. I have figured out what was wrong with our Facebook link. So if you guys are commenting on Facebook, please take that and go to YouTube. The only person who can we can see their comments, it will be the moderator, which is Sean Gurley. We can't anybody else's Facebook comments. If you can only comment on Facebook, make sure that we see it, and we will definitely share and talk about your comment as well. Man, we're definitely going to get into the podcast and jump into a lot of the things that's happening. We're going to touch some NBA. We're going to touch some NFL free agency. We got a lot of things to touch, man. But before we get into that, man, we're going to definitely jump into this. And again, we are tuned to the Know It All podcast. Man, what a game. What a game last night, man. Watching Twitter go bananas, watching a lot of Eagle fans. A lot of people weren't even Eagle fans. They were just doing it for social media clout, breaking their TVs and slamming stuff to the ground. And, funny Mike, you're not even an Eagles fan, brother. Like, we've seen you. Bob Monster, you're not an Eagles fan. I've seen you. Not an Eagles fan. You was definitely crying in the shower. It was funny. I liked it. But yeah, man, I mean, probably this is, and I'm going to ask this question straight after the rip. Rank it. How good of the Super Bowl was it, man? Where do you put this Super Bowl? And I'm going to start with you, G, because I saw the wheels in your mind moving as soon as I said it. Rank this Super Bowl, man. What do you think? Where'd you put it?
It would have been number one till the trash call at the end of the game. It would have been number one. I can't, just me personally, I don't like when referees decide a game. First, let me say this too. There was no holding calls the whole game for either team. There was no pass interference calls the whole game for either team. There was only 7 total penalties for the entire game.
No, there was actually one. There was actually one before that.
Where, PI?
Yeah, there was a holding, not pass interference. It was a holding.
I don't remember.
They gave him a first down. It was like one of the first calls in the game for the Chiefs. It gave the Chiefs a first down on their possession where they missed the field goal.
So one holding call, no PIs, 7 total penalties for the whole entire game. It was a great game. Them boys went at it. There ain't no ifs, ands, buts about it. They went at it. They're all in. There was 2 great quarterbacks, 2 great teams. But it got decided by the refs, man, which made it messed up. Because they played the whole game. And really, to be honest, in my opinion, I hated to see either one of those teams lose because both of those teams deserved to win that game. They played outstanding. They played outstanding football. One turnover that led to a touchdown was the difference of the game. So as far as ranking Super Bowls, it's got to be up there, man, in the top 1, 2, or 3, as far as I'm concerned. Got to be.
Tate, man, what you think, man? Talk to me.
Big G storytelling, man.
What?
That Super Bowl. Come on, man. Ma, I gotta give you Ma credit too. Ma said it played out how Ma said that the Chiefs offense ate up the Eagles defense all in the second half.
Killed them.
And that was the difference in the game. It wasn't no call. The Eagles get a stop. Yo, Jalen Hurts did his job. Offense did their job. That defense with 85 sacks on the year and Darius Slay and Bradbury, they ain't do nothing.
0.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the difference in the game. Now, as far as the question about the Super Bowls, it was one that I put it in the top 5. I can't know if I say, because I gotta go back to being a Steeler fan. The Steelers in Arizona came down to
Oh,
the
that's
last
number 1.
Yeah, the San Antonio Holmes catch.
Yeah, that's number
You got
1.
the Plaxico Burress catch when Peyton Manning drove him down.
You got the helmet catch.
That one. But was that one as close as the one where Plaxico caught the touchdown at the end of the game?
Yeah, it was super close. If he don't get that first down, they go back. The Patriots go back and score. Yeah,
but
that's Tom Brady at his height. They beat Brady. That was a good one.
You got the Patriots Seahawks.
Yeah,
that was another. Can you think about it? Came down to the goal line, rushed through interception.
Yeah,
that was a great one, Thomas. It came down to the 1 yard line as time expired.
And that may be
Rams Titans.
one. That might be number one.
That might be number one. But
it might be number
but I'm
one.
putting that Steelers Cardinals game up pretty high too. But this one is probably top 5 though.
I'm saying top 5 with you guys. And let's kind of get into the dichotomy of it. I agree with Tate as far as the game. So that Kansas City had the ball 6 times, scored 4 of them. You know what I'm saying? 8 times the whole game, but they had it 6 times in the second half, scored 4 of them, and they missed the field goal. So that's just telling you, how much offense was being played. And it wasn't a lot of defense, it wasn't a lot of defense, but I will say, Jalen came of age. You saw that Jalen was a for real quarterback. He's, he ain't got the polish on him that Mahomes does, but Mahomes is a young GOAT right now. He's a young GOAT in training. He's a young Billy GOAT in training.
So ain't Jalen in year 2?
Say it again.
Ain't Jalen in year 2? This is year 2.
He in year 2. 3.
Year 3.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Year 3. And again, class, man. He had to even catch his coach on the sideline doing stupid stuff. Like, put your hands down, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. We trying to win this game. Don't be doing nothing to get us messed up. And I think coaching, and I'm finna hit this real quick before we even, start talking, because I want to kind of break this game open. Andy Reid out-coached Sirianni, hands down. He went into the locker room, got in the dirt, started drawing up plays, and it was over. Sean, Tate, I just want to say I've never seen this in a football game in my life, right? This man noticed that they were passing receivers off. So as he noticed they were passing receivers off, he said, "Oh, I'm finna run a stop route on y'all behind, and I'm gonna get you." So if you see on the touchdown by Kadarius Toney, he went in motion full speed. Darius Slay passes him off, turns his back to him, and begin to shift towards the end zone. And they snap the ball instantly. He turns up, pops up, and hit Toney in the flat, touchdown. Where I told you they were going to be susceptible was the flat, but I ain't never seen that. That's called coaching. Somebody from the box, Andy Reid from.
You know what's worse, Ma? You know what's worse? They did it twice.
Yeah, they ran it.
They came back and ran the same play on the other side.
Hey, that's not bad. If you can't stop it, if you can't stop it, you a coach like I am.
They ran the same play to Sky Moore.
Yeah,
it was. That's what the Eagles' defense was so terrible. Motion was confusing them, and he was coming in motion, then stopping on a dime and pivoting and turn around, going the other way, and that whole side of the field was open both
Yeah,
times.
it's called a stop something route, but I don't remember what they were saying, what terminology they were using. But it's a brilliant play design. I mean, and you notice that from the box, and you say, "Hey, oh, this is happening. Let's kill them with this." And I mean, as a coach, you run it till they stop it, man. You run it till they stop it.
You know what else he did too, man? And this is brilliant on Andy Reid. Andy Reid he was like, you know what? They don't like to be run on. So the second half, Pacheco and Patty Mahomes ate them for breakfast on the ground, man. I think Patty Mahomes ended up with almost 60 rushing, and Pacheco had about 70. They started killing them boys on the ground.
They had
man.
150, if I'm thinking around 150, 160 yards, which is crazy. It's crazy to even think about. But and Pacheco looked like the best running back on the field. Now,
yes, he did.
Let's go earlier in the game. I got to ask you guys, because I mean, this is my thought process. The Goddard catch on the sideline, right, where they say he established possession of the ball with his back foot down, and then took another step, so it was a catch, right?
Yeah.
Let's go back. Fast forward back to number 26 for the Eagles. What's his name? Not Scott.
Miles Sanders.
Miles Sanders.
Yeah.
Miles Sanders catches the ball 2 feet down, puts it away, and gets hit. And it's a fumble. Same catch. One of them was ruled a catch. The other one wasn't.
It wasn't a football move.
How confusing is this, bro? Like,
yeah, no,
it wasn't a football
I didn't think that was a catch in real time.
Yeah, it wasn't a football
move. And I thought Goddard was a catch.
Yeah.
It was the same catch.
Nah. He got hit in a fumble force. He caught it, and as soon as he caught it, he kind of jumped, stopped, caught it, and as soon as he caught it, he got hit. He didn't get to put it away, make a move, no nothing.
Yeah.
Well, so this is by rule, this is what they said. They said it was the position of him on the field where he caught it how he got hit. It was a fumble, not the fact they said Goddard going out of bounds with the 2 feet inbounds was a catch, but where Miles caught it, it deemed it a fumble. I can't. This definition of a catch keeps evolving, and it's like, yo, in real time, you didn't think it was a fumble. I thought it was a fumble. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't think it was a fumble.
2 feet down,
Me neither.
Then
put the ball right here and got mashed. You know what I'm saying?
He ain't gonna make a football move. If he had got to get one half a step even and he got hit, it would have been a fumble. But he caught it like 2 feet square, and and as soon as he caught it, got hit and knocked it out.
Yeah,
the Goddard catch was a good catch because he caught it on the sideline and then he bobbled it. But when he regained possession, his toe still was down, his back toe, and he got his front right foot down. Yeah. That's a catch.
Yeah,
that's what they said. Yeah, by definition, it looked like the same thing to me. G, what was your thought process?
Devin Smith's thing was a catch, but that's just me.
No,
because I'm gonna tell you.
I tell you what, G, I agree with you because it should have been. Because I tell you why. Now it did get loose when he went to the ground, and he didn't lose possession of it.
No, he didn't.
But before he went out of bounds, his knee was on the ground.
That's it.
His knee was on the ground. Yep. Then he went out of bounds and rolled, and it kind of got loosey in here. Yep. But his knee was on the ground in bounds. You down?
Yeah. Again, the by rule, here's the thing, and I was explaining this last night at Super Bowl party I was at my pastor's house. That by rule, you have to maintain the ball all the way to the ground, right?
I understand. But what I'm saying is when his knee was down, he was down in the play. His knee was down.
But
then he went out of bounds.
Through the ground. It's through the ground because it's the same thing in the end zone. So when he caught it and he brought it in, there was one angle they showed where it transitioned from this hand to this hand.
I saw all that. I agree with you there. I'm only saying that before all that happened, his knee was down on the sideline, clearly in bounds. Then all that happened. You talking about?
Yeah, but still you have to maintain the possession through the ground.
Right. It's the Des Bryant rule. That's the whole reason why it came up.
It's hard. It's heinous.
But the issue is
catch.
The NFL. I think the NFL is going to take a strong look at catches because the game has changed so much and it's more geared towards offensive football. So I think they're going to maybe redefine what a catch is. Now, I don't think they'll ever go to the college rule where you got 1 foot down. I don't think that we'll ever see any part of that. But to see them change how it is, I look for them to do it. I look for them to get looser with it than they get more restrictive. Because some of these guys make astronomical. I mean, some of the stuff that they're able to do now, plus, the equipment, everybody knows if you grew up like I did, where Newman's, 1 drop of water hit a Newman, you might as well take it off and throw it in the trash. Now they got gloves that'll stop the rotation of the ball. When the ball's coming, if they grab it, the rotation of the ball stop. It'll stop spinning. So between that and the full athleticism of these young guys, I look for them to get really loose with rules concerning catches. Let's just say
it's tragic, G. It's tragic the way that some of these. I mean, I honestly, it's like, bro, like, why define a catch, man? Like, y'all keep defining it, and just y'all fine tuning it and making it even worse. So, Mahomes got the MVP, deservedly so.
You're correct.
But he only had 182 yards. What do y'all think of Jalen's performance? The fumble outside of that, I think the fumble was just like, hey man, it happened. Like, sometimes in the game, stuff like that happen, wacky stuff like that happen. And he noticed he changed his cleats after that. Everybody was complaining of the field, but everybody had the same. Everybody had the same exact opportunity on the field. So you can't really sit and complain because everybody had the same traction. But what do y'all think about that turnover? Talk to me about that turnover, G.
Well, it's unfortunate because, like I said, when you start looking at how the game was actually won and lost, Kansas City flipped the script. When you look at the final score, Kansas City missed a field goal. They won by 3. So they missed the field goal. So that would have been 6. Jalen fumbles, and that's 7. You see what I'm saying? So that game could have swung either way by a fumble, pickup fumble, return for a touchdown. But as far as the best player on the field, Jalen Hurts was the best player on the field by far. By far, he was the best player on the field. Look at his stats. I mean, he had 70-something yards rushing, 3 touchdowns, 300-something yards passing, a touchdown, no interceptions. He played his heart out. And this goes back to a statement you made, Ma. The coach, Andy Reid, clearly outcoached Philadelphia's coach because the issue was in the second half he got cute. In the second half he started throwing the ball over the yard. I'm like, dude, just keep running it. They can't stop it.
Well, no,
just keep running the ball. Keep running the ball, man.
What I'll say to that, G, they had a running attack under. They couldn't stop Jalen. They couldn't stop Jalen. They stopped the running backs will stop. But if you wanted to keep running Jalen, I could see it, and here's the sidebar. Stop complaining about the rugby scrum. I understand you're saying there's some big guys up in there and they're going to hurt each other. Man, look, if you don't like them running on 4th and 1, you don't want them doing the quarterback sneak, the rugby scrum, keep them from 4th and 1. That's how I feel about that.
Yeah.
Thomas said baseball rule book doesn't define a swing. Might be cool if we stop defining a catch in football and let the refs use their judgment. I don't know. I mean, it sounds good. It sounds good. Or at least let the camera tell us what a dang catch is. I mean, the camera, if the refs and the camera and replay, I think you could tell what a catch is. You know what I'm saying? But then again, now you have that human element of it all. So it's like, I don't know how we get past it. But at the point of attack, the Kansas City Chiefs, I have to take my hat off to them. They stopped the running game stone cold. And again, I just think that at this point, Sirianni should have kept running the RPO and given Jalen the option to run the ball. I understand that, you're at this point you're unsure because Jalen fumbled, but man, look, he was your best weapon. He was your best weapon. What do you think about this, Tate?
Man, I think I already kind of mentioned it. I agree with Big G. Jalen Hurts was the best player on the field. Mahomes was on the winning team and made the winning plays when it needed to be made, so that's why he's MVP. But Jalen Hurts was the best player on the field as far as just a football player. Yeah. But Mahomes did his thing too, though. So I mean, I can't even knock that. But if Philly had won, Mahomes would be MVP. So it went to the right guy. Yeah. But I think Gainwell had a decent game running the ball. He scored a rushing touchdown.
Yeah.
I do think Sirianni was out coached, especially in the second half. He didn't make the necessary adjustments. But again, it all comes down to Philadelphia's defense let them down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They couldn't get to Mahomes. They would squeeze the pocket. He would leak out and got that long run, got him in field goal range. You know, I mean, that was a terrible punt on that possession that Kadarius Toney ran down inside the 5. Terrible punt.
Yeah.
I mean, I got to look at this game. That fumble, the Eagles kind of beat themselves, really.
Sure did.
Man, I'm gonna tell you something. How does Giants feel at this? What I was saying is, I was like, the Giants, y'all let this man go, and he dang near just dominated the second half by himself. Come on, man. Touchdown, big punt return. How do y'all feel? Like, why would y'all let? I don't get it.
Locker room issue, man. Locker room issue.
If you deemed a locker room cancer, they don't want you to Steelers and let AB go.
Oh, that's true.
That's
true. I hadn't heard that Kadarius Toney was a locker room cancer.
He
wasn't trying to play for.
He was in trouble in Florida before he even got there.
Yeah, he was a cancer in the locker room. And the issue is this the thing though. See, it's all good in Kansas City when they win it. I want to see how these guys look when they start losing. Because now, like, if there wasn't a target on your back now you might have the biggest target outside of the New England Patriots in NFL history. Everybody and their mama is gunning for you now.
Man, I got tired of hearing Travis Kelce's mouth too last night.
Oh yeah, they gunning. They gonna try
way too much.
They are gunning.
Hey man,
teams are gonna put whole seasons together. Your season's gonna be made if you beat the Chiefs. They gunning for them. So now you can talk the talk. Let's see now because you got a target on your back for real.
Well, I mean, and you got Sean Payton over there at the Broncos, which is gonna make an immediate difference. I mean, you're gonna see it right off the rip.
Sean Payton gonna get Russ right, and we don't know if Aaron Rodgers coming to Vegas.
That's right.
You don't know. Speaking of Vegas, let's kind of move on and talk a little bit. We can jump back to the Super Bowl because we know that there's a lot of stuff still to cover. What's gonna happen? We think that they're gonna go ahead and let Derek Carr? They're gonna let him go tomorrow, or because he declined his trade to New Orleans.
Don't think. I guarantee Derek Carr getting cut. Guarantee.
In the morning.
Now Derek Carr has a no trade clause. That basically says he can dictate himself where he does or doesn't go.
Right.
But when he get cut, that's saving the Raiders $40 million. So he getting cut probably first thing in the morning.
Yeah, in the morning. He up out of there. 12:01. Let's get him off the books.
Tonight at midnight?
Yeah, 12:01. Let's get him off the books. I mean, it's technically now they might wait till they get into the office, but by the time they walk in, $40 million. Oh, he's out of here.
Tomorrow, tomorrow before noon East Coast time, he gone.
So y'all saying before morning coffee, he out of here.
No, I mean they ain't even gonna have no meeting about it.
They coffee a different time than ours. That's why I say before noon East Coast time, he gone.
They ain't even gonna have no meeting. You know how they get together and they break out the portfolio stuff and they put the stuff up on the big screen and try to figure out. Nah, they ain't even meeting. It's like a conference call on the way into work. Like, bro, is he done? Yeah, cut him.
But
cut him right now.
We all know it's coming though. It ain't gonna be no surprise.
Yeah.
We knew this date was coming. Either he's gonna get traded to somebody that he approved of, or he was gonna get cut.
Yeah. He
said, I ain't going to New Orleans. I don't know if anybody was willing to trade for him or just wait for him to get cut, but now he's going to get cut.
I think people were waiting for him to get cut. Jesse Lowe said AJ had a good game last night too.
No,
he said he was right.
He's just like AJ. That's his ex-Tennessee Titan, man. That's all Jesse doing.
But he's a dog, though. AJ a dog.
AJ
Yeah,
is a dog.
It was good to see him catch a pass and not be a blocker, which I don't know what is going on with Philly to make him a blocking receiver. But okay.
Hey, but I'm gonna tell you something else too. They gonna upgrade. Quez Watkins might be up out of there.
Oh,
You
man,
can't be dropping. You can't be dropping like how you dropped, man.
They need.
He dropped that pass. Like I said, man. At the end of the day, if you look at it, Philly beat themselves.
Yeah, they gonna upgrade.
I mean, they need a. I told you maybe a week ago, G, that they need another receiver.
Oh, they're gonna get it. They got the number 10 pick.
Yeah, number 9, I think, right?
No, they picked 10 and 31. But check this out. You don't think that the Arizona Cardinals would trade Larry Fitzgerald for the number 10 overall pick or the number 31 overall pick? You don't think that they? You don't think that they?
DeAndre Hopkins.
DeAndre Hopkins. You don't think that the DeAndre Hopkins would get traded for the number 10 and number 31 overall pick? They would do it right now.
For both of them?
No. I'm saying if you gave them 31, would D-Hop go to Philly? Yeah. If you gave them 10, would D-Hop go to Philly?
But I think far as cost matter, they better off just taking number 10 pick and getting the best receiver they want.
Yeah, they have to, because you got to look
Johnson, Jackson Smith and Juka, Jordan Addison.
You got to look at their roster, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. They're losing a lot. I was looking at their free agents. They're losing a lot, man. Scott Bradbury. I can't never think of number 26 name. Fletcher Cox.
Miles Sanders.
Miles Sanders, Fletcher Cox.
So at 10, Bijan Robinson at 10, Mingo at 31 at Georgia. We back in business.
Yeah, the only running back they still have is Gainwell. And Gainwell's a game breaker. I like Gainwell. So I think
he's not no every down back though. I don't think, not. But he's good though. But I mean, yeah, I think they bring Miles Sanders didn't earn too big a paycheck. He just happened to be at end of his rookie deal. I knew he was gonna have a terrible game. I'm glad they didn't call that catch a fumble. I knew he was gonna do something else bad because if you remember the first play of the game, he got hit hard out of bounds. He fumbled the ball in. First play of the game.
They were mopping Devontae Smith. It looked like the scouting report on Devontae Smith was hit him hard and hit him early because they were hitting him hard. Damian Tate said, our linebacker, what's up, D-Tate? Our linebackers are pathetic, no run stopping studs. Safeties are average at best. Mahomes sliced our D apart in half. Yeah, I mean, Slay has been got. He's been had. Slay has been had a couple times. I ain't gonna say how he's been had, but he got had.
It really wasn't no big plays last night, though. I mean, it was the motion plays you talking about, but them was like what inside the 10-yard line, both of them. So like 8-9 yard passes. I don't understand how Travis Kelce got so open over the middle, like early in the game.
I do. It was what I told you in the very beginning. I told you they had to bracket him, and Sean knew I was right. You had to bracket him with a safety, and then try to hold him with a linebacker or slot cornerback. They chose a linebacker, which was a wrong move. Kelsey's too fast.
Well, the wrong move was they chose a linebacker, and they were sending Riddick because it's a lot of points in the game. Philadelphia had 3 defensive linemen and Riddick doing the rush. And I'm like, what are you doing? You put your best 4 defensive linemen, get pressure, and have Riddick run with Kelsey. That's how you win.
Man.
I'm not a coach.
Man.
I'm not a coach.
You're right, because Riddick led the league with 20 sacks, 19 and a half. You let that boy get after the quarterback. Why won't send him out in coverage for? For what?
I don't know.
I'm gonna tell you.
Well, I'm telling you what they should have did was went more big nickel if they could have. Now
they don't. That's what Damian was telling you. The safeties they don't have. Yeah. And again, they could have.
I like Gardner Johnson though.
Yeah, you could have took the slot DB and had him stay under Kelsey and then bracket him with a safety. But hey, coulda, woulda. I honestly thought they were gonna go with the slot in the safety. It just made more sense. You can't have a linebacker run with Kelsey. He's one of the best, man. He out there doing it.
Yeah, he's not one of the best. He is the best.
Yeah, he's the best. That TJ Edwards dude, he a good run stopper, he a good linebacker, but he can't stay with Kelsey.
Yeah. I forgot to ask this question, you guys. Halftime show. Were y'all impressed or not impressed?
I'm biased, okay, man. I'm biased because I love Rihanna. So, I'm biased.
I like Rihanna too. Yeah. But I mean, it was just okay in regards to halftime. I seen a lot more energetic, but She out there. You find out she out there pregnant. She can't do too much.
12 weeks.
She got to take it slow.
Yeah, she's 12 weeks.
I'm gonna tell you, the overall aesthetic of it was crazy. I mean, to see the levels that you. I mean,
that was dope.
When you're doing a big show like that and you're doing a big presentation, levels matter.
But I like last year's better with Mary J and Dr. Dre.
So that would be
Eminem.
That would be number 3. That would be number 3 Super Bowl performance of all time. Number 1, you cannot say and argue with me. I don't care. Purple Rain, and you did it in the rain.
Prince, my guy. Yeah, I said that same thing to somebody today.
Yeah. Then number 2 was Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was in 3 places, and he was on one side, he was on the other side, then popped up in the middle of the stage.
What Super Bowl was Mike? I vaguely remember. I don't remember like that though.
The year, so check this out. I'm gonna give y'all a little history lesson real quick. There was no halftime Super Bowl performance. There was none. Who created it was a Living Color television show did a halftime show on Fox while the New York Football Giants played on CBS. So the halftime show was so popular because they had so many musicians and dancing and singing and all whatever else. The very next year, they created a halftime Super Bowl show, and Michael Jackson was the very first person that appeared on the halftime Super Bowl show. You can look it up. I guarantee you
that's fact.
That's facts, man.
That's fact.
So there was none. Michael Jackson was the first guy.
Living Color, Keenan Ivory Wayans did that. Genius marketing move. And let's get to the commercials. Like Tubi had everybody thinking something was wrong with their TV. That was the most genius marketing thing ever. Like it had everything. I was like, man, what's going on? Like, who's on the remote? Like, what happened?
That was 1993.
Yeah,
so that would have been one of the Buffalo Bills games.
It was the Giants and the Bills then probably because I know the Giants was playing. I know the Giants, and like I said, I remember watching it. I was like, my dad flipping it over. Well, not my dad, my cousins and them flipping it over to the talking about we're gonna watch the Living Color. And the Living Color was doing the thing. They even had a little clock in the corner counting down when the Super Bowl was going to be back on. And Keenan Ivory Williams was a genius. Created the whole halftime show because it was like before then it was big confetti stuff. It was like the Fiesta, like the Rose Bowl parade. It was,
Yeah, no, it was a marching band kind of thing.
It was the Bills and Cowboys.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Super Bowl 27. That's the Super Bowl Michael Jackson performed. That's all I'm finding out.
So the year before would have been the Giants and the Bills. The year before,
yeah. 94, we won it again, and then 96. You do know that nobody gets paid for that, right?
Correct.
Nobody gets paid for their halftime performance.
Correct.
That's wild.
Correct.
But
makes sense though. Makes sense.
It does, but because you know that. Everybody and their mama's watching the game, and as everybody and their mama's watching the game, you get that opportunity to be the one that's on front and center stage, and on top of that, all of that publicity, everybody going to your Spotify and all of those kind of things, that turns into money. So directly, you don't get paid, but the NFL will do something that's they help you with the cost of production. So the cost of production is good. And like I said, for any big show, you got to have levels. If you think about Dr. Dre and Mary J. Blige and Snoop, there were levels to it. Yeah. So there was a big stage up top. There was a stage on the bottom, and then you have the ground.
Hey, and that was Eminem and 50 Cent too, right?
Right, yeah.
Kendrick Lamar, what's his name? The drummer dude. What's his
Kendrick
name?
Lamar was there, and then
what's the name of the dude? The drummer dude.
Yeah,
from the Roots.
No. It was
light skinned dude. What's his name, Mod?
I'm gonna leave the door open, dude. What's the dude? Not Bruno Mars, but the other.
The guy that's in the group with Bruno Mars. That's what the drummer dude was.
Anderson .Paak.
Anderson .Paak. Yep. Anderson .Paak was there too. Yep.
Anderson .Paak was there. But like I said, at that point when we're talking about the halftime show, I gave it a 7. It wasn't like one of my favorites. It was there. I think like I said, if we were ranking them, it would be Prince, Michael Jackson, Dr. Dre. Then it would probably be
Justin Timberlake.
Janet Jackson. And then maybe I don't. I'm trying to think.
Bruno Mars was good too.
Yeah,
he did a few years ago.
Trying to think of who I would put at that fifth spot. I'll have to think about that. Those are the ones.
You know who the big winner is though?
Who's that?
ASAP Rocky.
Oh, right. Y'all are wild. He said both of Jay-Z's women were Super Bowl attractions.
Who was both Jay-Z's women?
Rihanna and Beyonce, but I'm not getting into that. I'm not getting into the messiness of it all.
Rihanna Jay's girl? If so, that was like a long time ago.
Nah. And I'm gonna tell you something. If Ree wouldn't have been pregnant, she'd have turned it out.
Yeah, I believe that.
You might have had Lemonade. You might have had Pharrell bust out there with it. Talking about I give it how I give it how I live. I live it how I get.
I like the part when she palmed her own little cheek. I'm like, okay, Rihanna.
Yeah, she was just big pregnant, man. You know, she couldn't
again.
Get down like
my name is Cornelius Bennett, and I ain't in it. Getting back to what we were talking about, who do y'all expect Derek Carr to sign with? Who do you expect Derek Carr to sign with?
I think it really depends on where Aaron Rodgers goes.
If I had to go gut right now, the Jets. If I had to go straight gut right now, because they're trying to fix it quick.
They are.
The Jets, they're trying to fix it. They don't want to give up no draft pick. They like, we're gonna use this draft pick, and either we're gonna get another weapon and get a quarterback. Because like I said, they can mess around and get Mayer from Notre Dame with their first pick, and then draft Derek Carr, and then look out, look out, man.
See, I kind of am on board with the Jets or the Commanders.
Yeah,
that's who's scary. That is the thing I thought about today. Derek Carr ends over there at Washington. Whew.
Yeah, they got some hit
the door. When I
right away, they contended in the division.
When I tell you that the NFC East is going to be rough, and then you look at the schedule, we play the NFC West, and we play the AFC North. No, y'all in the North. Who's the Patriots? The AFC East. So we play the AFC East, and we play the NFC West next year. Rough. That means we got the Dolphins, we got the Patriots,
Bills, the Jets,
we got the Bills, we got 49ers. The Jets, we got the 49ers, we got the Rams, and that's everybody. That's the Commanders, that's the Eagles, and that's us.
That's what we play too. The NFC West. Yeah. We play the NFC West and the AFC South, but y'all
there's gonna be a lot of beat.
So y'all play the AFC East. I think next year the AFC South will be tougher than the AFC East.
You think the AFC South is going to be tougher than the AFC East?
I might have spoke too soon.
Yeah,
but
I'm going to say no, man.
Until Miami get a quarterback, I don't believe in Tua. I see some slippage from Buffalo. They're going to be good. Some slippage, and depending on the Jets get a quarterback. The Patriots,
Quick question.
But Jacksonville going to be the best team out of all of them teams.
Correct.
What if Rodgers ends up in Miami?
Chip.
That division, I ain't gonna say Chip. He couldn't even take his own Green Bay team to a chip.
Hey man,
he got weapons.
Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill,
Lewinsky's.
Man. Hey man, there's some problems going on up there in Miami, man.
No, I don't. A playoff team, perhaps. I ain't just gonna say Chip. That ain't happening.
The crazy thing would be is if Rodgers and Derek Carr stay in the AFC. That would be the nuts, because now, I mean, you'll have a whole division, and this is just my personal prediction. I think the NFC South is going to be worse than the AFC South was next year. There's nobody in the AFC South. Heck, you can walk Bobo the Fool out there and play quarterback, and you get 8 wins because they ain't got nobody play quarterback in the whole division.
What happened to the Lamar Jackson to Atlanta trade?
Well, that's it. That would be the smartest move in the world for Lamar, because guess what? He probably could go, not to the Super Bowl, but he's definitely going to the playoffs.
You say Lamar can't go to the Super Bowl, but you said Aaron Rodgers will go get a chip.
There's a big difference between going to Atlanta and
Aaron
Miami.
Rodgers got one chip in 18 years.
Right, but it's a big difference between Atlanta and Miami.
Dak Prescott going to Super Bowl for Aaron Rodgers to win another one.
Well, that ain't neither one of them gonna happen, so it don't matter.
Neither
one of them gonna happen.
Here's my thought process, man. If you see, and I will say, shout out. I forgot to say that. Shout out to Dak to win the Walter Payton Man of the Year. Good guy. I don't know how you can't like Dakota, man. Dakota's, he still got to earn the Dak from me. But
he's a good dude. He's a good dude. Good young man.
But I think the craziest thing, if you saw, so say you get Derek Carr to the Commanders and you get Rodgers to Miami. Wow. The balance of power that would be struck. And then if Lamar Jackson moves on from Baltimore, wow. The balance of power, bro. Like, I mean, Lamar doesn't have to sign with Baltimore. He's an agent. He can go where he wants.
Nah, they can tag him. They can
tag him for 2 years. They can tag him for 2 years. 2 in a row.
They got to tag if they don't get no deal worked out.
Yeah.
They got to tag him to be able to trade him.
Do they want to tag him?
They probably rather get a deal done, but they ain't finna let him just go.
No, they're not letting him walk. They gonna get something for him.
They act, and if they tagged him, he don't have to play.
Well, he has to play. He has to play at least 9 games in order to get his salary. He has to play. He can sit out 8, but after that, it starts costing him hundreds of millions of, not hundreds, but millions of dollars to miss a game. So, of course, he don't have to play, but then he won't get no money.
That's what Le'Veon Bell did throughout the whole year. That didn't work out too well for him.
Correct.
Now, if you take the Kirk Cousins recipe, Kirk got tagged like a couple different times.
Yeah.
And then went on signed the big guaranteed contract a couple different times. Kirk might be one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the league.
Quietly, he got money. Derek Carr got money. He got bread under the table. Nobody really even noticed that he was getting paid. He was getting majorly paid. I mean, he's been made. I think he's made over $500 million. $500 million. The boy done made some bread.
Who?
What is like $150 million?
Who are you talking about?
Derek Carr.
But that ain't no $500 million. 500 is $500 million.
Well, okay. So you're right.
He might have made about 150.
He made $150 million. That's crazy.
That's crazy money still.
Yeah, it's crazy to even think about that. The boy done made some cash. So let me ask y'all this before we get ready to go and we get our parting shots. It's way too early to predict power rankings, but what is one of the main things, the things that you can say, oh, you can take this to, I want to get your take to the bank statement, what each team you think, or let's do it like this. What do you think is going to be the substantial move made in the offseason by one team, and you can take that to the bank? Tate, I'm going to start with you. Who would you say is your take it to the bank? This is going to happen. You feel like this would happen?
Oh, that's a tough one. But I probably have to say, take it to the bank. Man, he put me on the spot, man. He should let us know. He's going to ask that question.
I'll start. Garoppolo's gone in San Francisco.
Oh, that's easy. But where are he going to go? Ain't that the rest of it?
Yeah, so here we go. Garoppolo's gone. I think Garoppolo ends up where he started. I honestly do. I think he goes back to the evil empire.
Wow.
And he has his, because he don't like losing. You know what I'm saying? And rather than get to go in all in for D-Hop, you get a quarterback with what you got and you ready to go. You can sit back and let him just chill and you go. That's mine right there, Garoppolo.
I would say I got one. I got one, but I'm gonna preface this. I think you can take to the bank that Lamar Jackson will not work it out in Baltimore. I think where he goes and how it works out, and what I mean by not working it out, they're probably going to end up franchise tagging him, and he's probably going to sit out a whole bunch of games. And then after that, they're going to try to trade him. But if they're smart, they would trade him off the rip because you can get a lot of value for Lamar Jackson. So I don't think there's absolutely – I give Aaron Rodgers a better chance of returning to Green Bay than I do giving Lamar Jackson a better chance of returning to Baltimore. But Lamar Jackson's out of there. He's not going to play for the Ravens.
Good one. Good one. Take that.
All right, I'm going to transition, man. Basketball. NBA All-Star game this weekend. Playground style. LeBron, Giannis picking teams. Just like we did on the playground back in the day. First pick, Joel Embiid.
Take it to the bank.
Take it to the bank.
Like
I think you lost that tape. We're gonna keep it moving.
Who's gonna be the first pick?
So it's Giannis and Bron, and they ain't coin flipped yet for the first pick.
Right.
If Bron get the first pick, he'll take Embiid, but Giannis ain't taking him.
Who else gonna take?
Joker.
Nah.
Giannis
could though.
Yeah.
Not even for $300 million guarantee. I guess he's asking about him signing. I don't think so. I don't think
the owners is trying to get all that extra guaranteed money back. They mad at the Cleveland Browns for messing up the market for real.
Exactly.
Heated, for real.
Exactly.
That,
now
really
they seen Deshaun Watson get $230, right?
$250.
Guaranteed.
$250.
And I think it was $230.
All of it guaranteed.
Fully guaranteed, but I think it's $230. But so everybody coming in after that, that's what they want. But they can't do that, man. It's not a sustainable plan, a business plan to keep doing like that.
Not at all.
They're actually giving the players too much power. Actually, what's happening is they're giving them entirely too much power.
It's turning into the NBA.
Correct.
Yeah. And that's a lot, man. That's a lot. So parting shots, man. Parting shots. The time where we just, give our parting shots or thoughts about anything. And I'm going to start, man. I'm grateful to the KnoItAllz podcast. I'm grateful. I went back and I was watching Dennis Mitchell. We've actually had an opportunity. If you guys haven't watched some of the older shows, we've had an opportunity, man. We've had some really good guests. We've had, KJ Adams with Kansas. We've had Ray Jackson from the Fab Five, Dennis Mitchell, Damu Mitchell. We've had some really great guests. The Sports Fluent podcast has been with us, man. So I'm really grateful. And I've taken that time to just say, hey, man, get an opportunity. You ain't got nothing else to do. If it's Friday and you ain't got no job, just go through and scan through the catalog, man. You'll see some good stuff there and pass it along. Because really, honestly, I could get, I could have my political parting shot. I could really go there. I could go a whole bunch of different places. But, honestly, I was looking at that, man, and I was like, man, there's a plethora of good information for young kids who want to take up the sport of track. And then not only that, if you're in track and field and you're listening to what this man said, he had a whole bunch of rich knowledge to share with Damu as well. A whole bunch of rich knowledge to share with people. And it's really, and we even had, Will Smith's barber, on here, which, hey, that's huge. We had Pierce on here, whether or not he's family or not, doesn't matter. He was a part of the broadcast, and he shared a whole bunch of great stories about mint condition, about Will. It's a whole bunch of stuff. But I appreciate you guys who are rocking with us. But man, tell everybody, man. Make sure you tell a friend and invite them out to the KnoItAllz podcast. That's my parting shot. Tate, what you got, man?
Nice, man. Nice. Shout out to Dennis and Pierce and Damu and KJ and the what was the one guy name that got this podcast? That we talked about Magic Johnson.
Sports Fluent. That was
Sports Fluent. Yeah, we've had a lot of great Ray Jackson from the Fab Five. We've had a lot of great guests. But so keeping it in that mode, my parting shot is Big G.
What's cracking?
I'm coming at you, man.
I hear you.
I'm going to get us as a guest, we're talking about guests, as a guest, an Ohio State football coach on our show. Got it coming in the works right now.
Which, okay, I'm gonna be quiet. I'm just gonna be excited and be like, yeah.
No, I tell you off camera. I don't want to put it out there before I confirm. Yeah. I tell you off air.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real excited. Because the Buckeyes till I die, bro.
You're talking to the guy who's gonna have a scarlet gray casket and want you to put a Buckeye on it. You know what I'm saying?
Stickers on it. You just go smack the sticker on it, man. Try to shake the casket. Try to knock it down on the ground. Bow. But listen, I'm going a different direction, man. In my parting shot. So Tate and other people that know me know I've been on this thing for about a year, right? And I'm really gonna say it. I'm saying it all in. Never talking about. We'll talk about it even more and more. But I'm just letting people know that it maturated right in front of your face. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and anybody that loves professional football, the game of professional football changed in front of your face last night with the Super Bowl. 11 personnel, RPO quarterbacks are here to stay. And as a matter of fact, you're going to see an influx like you've never seen before by the most athletic guy being the quarterback. The game changed right in front of your face. Three receivers, tight end, dog running back, but the quarterback is the guy. It's a copycat league. This trend is here to stay. So now that's why I'm so hyped about this year's draft, because I think depth-wise, this might go down as one of the best drafts maybe in history. Not quarterback. I'm talking about all positions, especially offensive players. This might be one of the best drafts we've seen because this draft's going to feed that 11 personnel. It's going to feed it. And it's here to stay. Your quarterback got to run, and he got to go hard in the paint. If he don't, you can't win. You can't win, and not in this NFL. I'm telling you, it ain't happening.
Gone is the day of the statue quarterback, G. And you've been calling it. You've been saying it for at least a year. I know for at least a year you've been talking about 11 personnel, and you said it way before the draft last year. So, and it happened in the draft. You got to give him credit where credit is due.
I agree with you about G, and he's definitely been on 11 personnel for a minute. But I called not on this show, way before this show. I called the end of the statue of quarterback way back when Russ was in his early prime. When we had Russell Wilson in his early prime, and you had a few other quarterbacks that was changing the game. Cam Newton at the time. You had quarterbacks that was changing the game. And I said, this is the way we going. I mean, once these old guys, Eli Manning, Big Ben, Phillip Rivers, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, once they get out, it probably ain't going back to that. I'm gonna put Andrew Luck in that too with Russ and Cam and those guys.
Strap him in there. Ryan Day, is he has the Ryan Day?
Nah, it's an offensive coach, but it's not Ryan Day.
So look here, man.
I know who it is. I'm gonna be quiet. I know who it is. And I'm gonna be hyped. I'm over here actually shaking right now because I know who it is.
When we go off air, tell me who you think it is, and I gotta go.
I will.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you. And I'm done, you guys. I really appreciate you rocking with us. But I'm gonna tell you guys, I forgot to mention, and I said it in our notes. The person who's shooting up in the draft board is Richardson from Florida, man. Yes, everybody is saying this boy is showing out.
Top 10.
Now. You know, they're saying he's showing out.
6'3", 232. They talking about he gonna run a sub 4.4.
Yeah, he's throwing.
Come on, man.
Lasers. I saw film of him throwing lasers. And here's the thing. I gotta tell you guys. You guys will tell us because you're gonna see our draft show probably this week. You're gonna see our draft show for the Steelers and the Cowboys. But I'm gonna tell you guys, and we may even do a live show. Just depends on a live draft show as well. But it just depends on if we want to draft for everybody. But I'm going to say something. Most people don't understand the reason why quarterbacks are you like, well, how did Levis get in here, man? It's the black thing. No. Let me help you. Mel Kiper has relationship with that boy down there in Arizona.
Correct.
Whose brother played for you at Carson Palmer. Carson Palmer's brother.
Correct.
He got a relationship with him.
Jesse
right?
Palmer.
And anybody who goes to his camp,
He the quarterback guru.
yeah, he's the quarterback whisperer. Anybody that goes to his camp, people get high on, right? Levis actually went there. And they were talking Levis before. Let's be fair. They were talking Levis at the beginning of the season. When Kentucky played Florida, they were talking how good they thought Levis was going to be back then. So you got to understand, Mel Kiper and them hyped him. That's why you can't really listen to Mel Kiper. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of who he's promoting is his boys. He's doing it for his boys. They got affiliation with the agents. They got affiliation with Palmer. So if you're going to look and do some draft work on your own, look and evaluate players. Big G said a mouthful when he said what he said. This is the deepest running back draft we've had. It's the deepest wide receiver. You don't have, they're not top heavy. You got stars up there at the top, but they're not top heavy. Right. There's a lot of them. You got a lot of guards and tackles who are moving up as well. So offensively, you could really help yourself in this draft.
Could be 3 or 4 tight ends maybe possibly go in the first round.
And I was about to say that tight end.
Which sounds crazy, but it could go down.
This is a good tight end draft too. I mean, you got the boy Meyer from Notre Dame, and then you got the boy from
Georgia,
Purdue.
You got the guy Meyer from Notre Dame, Georgia's Washington, Kennard, the tight end from Utah, and Overstreet or Overshay, the tight end from Oregon State. All 4 of those guys.
Don't leave the boy from Purdue out. Now he's going in the first round, but he's good.
I don't even know the tight end from Purdue. Who are you talking about?
I seen him at Senior Bowl. I gotta remember his name.
And the reason why I'm saying tight ends too, because look at last night. Outside of AJ Brown, the best 2 receivers in the game was Dallas Goedert and Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
So it's a copycat league, man. It's a copycat league. You got to have 11 to win. And if you ain't got it, and the quarterback has got to be an athlete. If the quarterback ain't an athlete, get him out of here.
Yeah, because
the tight end from Purdue is about the 12th tight end in the rankings I'm looking at.
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you,
I know Utah.
He showed out in the Senior Bowl. He's moving up on draft boards too. Watch what your boy tell you. He's moving up
his name is Payne Durham.
There it is. Yeah, the boy athletic. He can catch. He's rangy, catch radius, and he can block. So yeah, listen. That's my addition to what Tate and G said. Do your own research. If you got
look what B-Dir's saying, Ma.
He said Goddard caught absolutely everything. Yeah. And then he said Philly gonna smash him. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you. He said anybody from Jackson State catching the island, the middle linebacker, the linebacker G talked
Andre Miller Jr.
Yeah.
Andre Miller Jr. 6'4", 245, outside linebacker. Should have played at the Division I big-time school his whole college career. Got in a little bit of trouble. Went down to Jackson State and was clearly the best linebacker in all of college football at that level of play. Andre Miller Jr. KnoItAllz, we know.
He's nice.
The KnoItAllz then already scoped him.
He nice for real. So yeah, that was a great question, you guys.
Shout out to my Cleveland Cavaliers about to win their 7th in a row. One more game on Wednesday against Philly. Could be 8 in a row for All-Star break.
And
second hottest team in the league behind Milwaukee.
Correct.
Yeah, man. And we gonna get out of here, man. I also gotta give kudos again to G. But you know what? Tate said it too. Milwaukee may have got the sneakiest pickup before the trade deadline was up. And I think, having a 3-and-D player like that is gonna really help them. I like Cleveland's move to pick up Danny Green too.
Clearly like Danny Green.
Playoff championship experience, 3-point shooting. When he get his rhythm back, I mean, he's not gonna play a lot, but if he play, give him good 12, 15 minutes a night.
7 to 10 minutes, you in there. That's what you need.
15. He played 15.
15 minutes, 6 to 9 points. Yeah, we good. You shooting threes, bro. We brought you in to hit. That's all you do. You're gonna be standing wide open. And if you've been watching Big G, Evan Mobley coming into his own too. Yes, he is.
Hey,
Yes, he is.
I've been
paying
Dame
attention.
one the other night.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all better leave that youngster alone.
Next year, he gonna be Cleveland's best player. He might not score the most points, he might not be all that, but he gonna be the best overall player impacting winning.
You know what's crazy is that we still got like the NFL draft show, and we'll still talk about football here and there. But I am super excited for probably the first time in a long time to transition to basketball, because really there's about 12 to 14 teams that can win the chip in the league.
That boy said Danny Green's knees are 83 years old.
And guess what? All he need is 3 threes.
That's why I said 12 to 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I said 7 to 10 realistically, man. But again, we like to thank you guys for rocking out with us. Make sure that you like and subscribe on YouTube and Twitch, so that when we go live, you'll definitely get those messages. And then also like us and subscribe on Facebook, man. Listen, we are out of here. For myself, for Big G and Tate, we gone. We'll holler. Peace.